Names are going to be changed to protect the guilty because I'm not looking to put this girl out of business. Let's just call her Sarah. I was introduced to Sarah a couple years ago. She's a podcast coach for growth. She has been kind of following up with me every so often. I finally decide, you know what, I'm going to respond to this girl. She basically said, like, let me run you through a demo of my website and how it works and how we help you grow. And I said, what do you think about my podcast? What episode is your favorite? She didn't answer for a few days, and then she finally did, and she gave me this really long text, but she didn't answer my question. And I said, okay, well, you know, you still haven't really addressed my question of what episodes do you like? Like, what do you like about the podcast? And she took that as, go F yourself, I guess, because I got a really long email about how aggressive I was being. I was like, well, I just gave you everything you need to get my business, so I don't understand what's going on at this point. Podcast twins. What's up, Vince?
Of course, you see, we're back on location. Again, this is, I have home field advantage. We have taken over my backyard for now, so forgive my neighbors because they decided to cut their grass right now, if that's making a shot. But other than that, man, I'm just here to have my brothers up here.
Amen.
Hey, so before we get started, again, in the cave, out of the cave, just want to remind all of our fans to continue to hit the subscribe button. We appreciate everybody. Make sure you follow us. Make sure you subscribe. Leave a comment because we're starting to get more comments. Your comments are actually helping to spark more conversation. So that's what we're looking to do.
We are in the top 5% by subscribers of all YouTube podcasts now, Vince.
How about that? I mean, who ever thought that our little podcast has grown up to be a full-fledged show?
I think you did.
Hey, I did.
You did.
I'm happy about it, man. We was determined not to quit until we got here. So congratulations on coming up on 5,000 subscribers.
Salud.
Salud, baby. All right. 5,000. Wow, that was a long way away. But anyway, we are here now, Drew. What's up, man? You wanted to come up to the abode and talk to me, man. Tell me some stories.
I've been saving a couple of good stories for you.
I love it.
One is with my son, Nick, involving the Coconut Creek Police Department.
Yes.
One is with
he did call the name out, didn't he? He called the name of the department. Okay, but go ahead. Keep going. Tell the story.
All right. So my buddy Charlie ordered some hats, custom with his logo and his company name on them.
Right.
But he lives in Colorado part-time. I don't get to see him that much. He's like, just leave him at the office.
Yeah.
So he calls me on Friday on Nick's birthday, and he goes, hey, bring my hats to golf tomorrow because we were playing golf the next day.
Right.
And I go, oh, they're at the office. He goes, just tell Nick to go pick them up, and I'll kick him like $50. Hey, Nick, you want to make $50 for Uncle Charlie? All you got to do is go to my office, unlock the door, turn the alarm off. I'll tell you where the hats are. Pick up the box of 25 hats, put them in your car, turn the alarm on, lock the door. No problem. You'll be home in 55 minutes.
Easy peasy.
Nick's like, sir, yes, sir. I give him my key to the office, give him the alarm code to Winners, to the Twin Cave.
Right. Yeah.
He's like, see you later. 35 minutes later, I get a call. I can't find the hats. No problem. Go on FaceTime. I show him exactly where they are in my office in the back.
Mm-hmm.
He grabs the hats. He's like, I got them. I'm like, great. I get a text right after I hang up from Nick Chiera, my colleague.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, and it's to everybody on the chat, on our group office chat, I just noticed that the alarm code went off. I'm sending the police.
Oh, wow.
Now, you have to know that Nick went straight from the pool party.
Right.
Didn't put any shoes on.
Nothing.
Didn't have a shirt on. So he's wearing board shorts. And he's got no shirt, no shoes, no service situation, right? So I text back immediately, Nick, that's my son, Nick. He's grabbing a box of hats for a client I'm seeing tomorrow. It's Charlie. Don't send the police. Everything's under control.
Right.
They're already on the way.
Oh, no.
So I get a call from Nick, the Alberto.
Right.
And he goes, Dad, I'm here with the police. I told him it looks bad, but it's not, because I find out later he had opened the door up as they're peering in.
Oh, my goodness.
And he goes, officer, I know this looks bad, but I promise it's not.
Right. You know?
So the officer goes on speakerphone. He goes, do you work here? I go, yes. I run business development and sales there. I'm there pretty much every day. My son is there. He worked for us for a summer, and I sent him to pick something up for a client.
Right.
Officer says, what's in his hand? I said, a box of hats, probably 25 hats.
Right.
They're blue.
Right.
He goes, okay, good. Meanwhile, the other officer is calling Nick Chiara to make sure that it's not. And now I found out that a bunch of Nick's stuff got stolen from his hockey locker. And that's why he was on high alert and said, okay, maybe they were coming back to steal more stuff.
Clean them up.
So it didn't really make sense, but everything's under control now. Meanwhile, good thing, Nick then, and you guys know Nick, so you'll appreciate this. The officer says, what kind of business is this? Nick proceeds to invite the officers in and give them a full-on showroom tour like he works there. One of the officers points up at the Tommy Gun Award and says, you know, I think I might have a need for that. Okay. If you're selling it, I want to buy it. So now the follow-up is happening, and Nick might have made a sale out of this situation.
You know, hey, man, look, that's a good thing. I'm happy he had the communication process went down the way it did. I know a lot of situations that could have went real bad, real fast.
And you know, fortunately, he's my son. Yeah. So he's like a natural sales guy. He's a networker. I've taken him to events since he was 8. Yeah. So he was ready for this, let's say, awkward situation.
It was an awkward situation. He handled himself as I expect him to. And more importantly, the officers handled themselves better than I expected them to. So shouts out to the Coconut Creek Police Department, man. Great job. Way to give the kid the benefit of the doubt until you figured it out.
And everybody was calm and cool and collected, including Nick.
Did not have to traumatize him, you know?
And, you know, of course, I had to tell the full story from my perspective at lunch on that Monday.
Of course.
And, you know, the people at Amici's are still laughing at the story because they heard it too.
Awesome.
But I was saving it for you.
Hey, man, well, I appreciate
you
that.
and my boy Kerf back
you know
there.
what? And our audience of 5,000. So, you know, hey, you now got a positive police story in 2026. Hey, I think that's a win right there all by itself.
And thank you. And that was none of the names were changed to protect the innocent in this case, right? Those are real people that were involved in this real situation.
Right.
And
real is real. Like I said, man, anytime we can get a great start like that, man, and it wound up with no bloodshed and no silver bracelets, hey, man, that's a good thing. Well, shout out to the cops once again. See, again, that wasn't my testimony growing up. So, but no, seriously, that shout out to them, and everybody handled themselves accordingly. So I'm glad to hear it. So,
and it just turned into a funny story, probably one of my funniest family stories, and I got a lot of them.
And a funny family story that we can tell on camera. So that's a good one.
It on camera.
All right, well, shoot, give me number 2, man. You came up here with a whole boatload of stories.
So number 2, I have to change the names to protect the guilty.
Absolutely.
But I'll tell you one is my friend Mike invited me over to play Grand Oaks.
Okay.
We were supposed to be playing with his buddy that owns an IT company and another guy that has like a property company. And
Grand Oaks is a beautiful private golf club in the Davie, Florida area.
Yeah, they shot Caddyshack there. It's iconic.
I mean, you know, some people ain't from here, so, you know, go ahead.
People have seen Caddyshack, though.
Okay, copy.
So we go and we meet this other guy that replaced the guy that couldn't go at the last minute because he had a death in the family that was supposed to come with him.
Sorry about that death.
And we'll just call him Ken.
Okay, Ken.
And we'll call the other guy Sam.
Ken and Sam, I love it.
So I'm paired with Ken.
Okay.
And Ken happens to be a very big man that looks like John Daly.
Okay.
So he's about 375.
Okay.
He comes up.
It's way bigger than John Daly, but okay.
You know, we're teeing off at 9. He gets there at 8:45 or so.
Oh, perfect.
And, you know, he's a little bit drunk already.
Oh, well, he knew it. He understood the assignment.
And, you know, he starts smoking cigarettes. He's got bad knees because he's a big guy. So by the end of the round, he was kind of limping around a little bit. And super nice guy. Everybody that was playing, I would play with again. They're really good people.
Good.
And
That's important.
Thank you, Mike, for the invite.
Right.
And we go to lunch after.
Okay.
At Grand Oaks. And
the food's awesome there.
Mike orders a ribeye sandwich. I order a ribeye sandwich with the intent to do your flip the bread over thing that you talked about with Dr. Harley.
Absolutely.
And I think I got fresh fruit and broccoli or something on the side. And, you know,
living on the wild side.
And then
for a carnivore.
And Ken orders fried chicken sandwich with French fries.
Okay.
And he proceeds to then tell us that he took it easy on drinking, but he was smoking cigarettes the whole time, too. Yeah. So then Ken says to us that he's getting a treat for himself with his lunch because he's normally a vegan.
I believe that though, but go ahead.
And I was like, interesting. So I didn't say anything because like we like vegans too. Like
Right.
if it works for you, eat vegan.
Whatever works for you.
And then he
obviously it's working. You say he's well over 300 pounds, but go ahead, continue.
Pushing 4 maybe, but anyway, he says to us in the next breath,
say it.
It's the podcast twins for tuber storage. If you're looking to store your cigars, take them to the golf course, go camping, just take them with you pretty much anywhere. Tuber storage is awesome.
Man, look, this thing is waterproof. You can hear the seal pop right there. Nice storage. You can put anything in here, your vitamins or anything that you want to control the scent. This thing holds it all together. Look at this one, different sizes. These are amazing products, man. I really think so. And they float. So if you happen to be on the boat that jumps off to the side, you can jump in there and retrieve it.
So if you go to tuberstorage.com, enter the code PODCASTTWINS, make sure you put a space in between them. You'll get 15% off and really awesome products.
Be like us, use Tuber. Don't hold it back.
Human beings were not meant to eat meat.
Awesome. Love that guy already.
So I turn to Mike, and Mike proceeds to watch my head explode in slow motion in real time.
Okay.
And I was speechless, Vince.
Okay. That's impressive.
I didn't even know how to respond. So Sam and Mike start telling him, well, you know, of course we're supposed to eat meat. We have teeth for it. And they start making all these logical arguments.
Right.
And I'm just sitting there trying to pick the pieces of my brain up off of Grand Oak's beautiful floors in their dining room.
It is beautiful.
And I think I was quiet the rest of the lunch. Because
wow.
I didn't even know.
I'm glad you didn't engage him. Nah, I'm glad you didn't engage him because more than likely he watched one of those funky ass documentaries on Netflix that got him the Forks Over Knives and all. You know how many people I know they went vegan after Forks Over Knives?
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, exactly. So hey, this is why you got to do research on both sides. If you're gonna read up on this, you got to check that out. They got all these documentaries talking about why vegans, wins and how bad they treat animals and all this other kind of stuff like that. And they converted all of these people into veganism. And a lot of the people I watched personally suffer because the transition is hard. Transition from one diet to the next, I don't care what your protocol is hard.
Right.
So I watched them transition and it was tough, but the females really struggled because they wound up either underfeeding or overfeeding because all you're eating is carbs. And they wind up overfeeding and then the guys wind up actually coming to you like, hey man, look how much weight I lost. I'm like, yeah, but I can push your arm straight to your bone when you 6 months ago you had muscle tone. Now you're out here like a slim fat lady, and again, there are some that either have great genetics and they can pull it off, or they actually have done the research where they make sure that they get ample amounts of protein to actually maintain. So am I surprised you didn't say nothing? No, I'm actually happy because that would have ruined your whole invite to Grand Oaks, which is a beautiful place. But at the same time, you know what? Sometimes you just got to let people hit their heads until they realize that it hurts. Now, if his back and his knees and all that other stuff, if that's what he feels is working for him, who the hell are you to stop that man from doing that?
And again, the guy was so nice.
Yeah,
it was like playing golf with you and Kirk.
It don't mean he's not a nice guy.
Encouraging good shots and being supportive and like telling jokes and stories.
It's just dietary ignorance. And again, there are people that are successful vegans in their brand of success. So okay, their brand of success in vegans, that's between them and Jesus. Because I mean,
awesome.
To each their own. And if they're happy, if they feel like they're saving the environment or whatever the hell it is, I tell them too, I'm saving the environment too. I don't want to hurt this beautiful grass. I don't want to hurt these, so I choose to eat the animals you don't eat, so I don't hurt the grass that you need to survive.
So Mike did say at lunch, you're talking to a guy sitting next to me that lost over 40 pounds eating meat.
Yeah.
And I just stayed quiet.
Mm-hmm.
So I get home.
Point made.
So I get home, I take a shower, and I sit on my recliner, and I'm laughing still.
Yeah.
And I text Mike, and I'm like, Mike, I don't want to make fun of Ken, but did he really tell us not to eat meat?
Sure he did.
And did you see me biting a hole so hard in my lip that the beard was full of blood?
And again, see, I don't even take it that personal. Because when I do my 15 on my 85-15 protocol, I have a good time.
I hear you.
And I do believe that I have probably 17% sometimes. I get a little crazy.
Okay.
But when I'm all in, I'm all in. And so I can get the best of both worlds, but at the same time, I always know that when it's time to turn up, which is the phase I'm in right now, I can turn it up, and now we can get a little bit. It's easier to get focused when you're already doing 80% versus when you're coming from another realm, and no matter what you do, you can't change your body. Female friend of mine, very talented woman, good-looking woman, and I told her years ago, she was probably 31, 32 years old. For whatever reason, she went vegan. I'm like, okay, all right. I said to her, you have the luxury of being 32 right now. After 35, your body's going to go into a different change. And then after 40, it's going to really throw you a curveball. You cannot sit here and eat 3 starches, which is what I counted on a plate, 3 starches, potatoes, bread, and I can't remember
Pasta.
what the other one. No. We were at IHOP.
Okay.
And so maybe a pancake or something, whatever. I said, you're having all of that and you won't have any of this protein stuff. I'm like, again, you got the luxury of being young. I said, but at 35, boom, it happened. Like a few months after 35th birthday, I saw her. She was probably plus 12 or 15. 12 or 15 on a woman is significant. But because she was already, well-shaped and a good-looking woman, it didn't affect her as bad, but I saw it. Fast forward 5 years, the statement I got was, oh my God, I can't get rid of it. And she just looked right at me. She said, I know. I'm like, hey, it's up to you to make the one to have that change. I can't do it for you, but I do know that protocol you're living on is not sustainable to try to maintain muscle tone and weight loss, or that level. If I'm going to be heavy, I'd rather be heavy with muscle. Now, again, she was genetically gifted. She actually had very solid body, but the layers of fat from just the carb overload, you can't beat that. So again, it's one of those things, man. But again, you can't change people's mind, or at least ask them to change that until they want to. So I've come to that conclusion, man. So,
you can't fix everybody.
Hey, man, and I see again, I got it. There's certain people that would say you can't fix stupid. They're not stupid. They're just uninformed, uneducated. And I get it.
I didn't say stupid. I said you can't fix everybody.
No, I said I said that because that's the statement that people would like to say is you can't fix stupid. I'm like, they probably saw one of these horrible documentaries and made an entire dietary change. And because they made any change, they felt good for about 60 to 90 days. It wasn't until after that they started feeling like, hey, something's wrong here. I'm like, yeah, you're going to have all the energy in the world. You're eating granola, you're eating all of these starchy carbs. Your glycogen levels are at 100%. Problem is that you're just you're a sugar burner, but you're not. What are you doing to replace the amino acids? What are you doing to help give your body the building blocks that it needs in order to be successful? And so that's where we've been falling short with certain people out here. But again, I'm not being paid to be their coach. They didn't even ask me. So until they ask me, or until they decide they want to give it a shot, or until they watch an episode of the Podcast Twins and decide, hey, I want to do what these guys are doing. I want to try what this guy's doing. This guy lost 40 pounds. I want to make sure that we're good. Until that time happens, hey, man, look, it is what it is.
All right. Fair enough.
So there we go.
I don't know what to say, but And
quickly.
and vegans that just eat real food and vegetables can get healthy, right?
They can.
Eric Mish was on our podcast, and he's an example
Yes,
of that.
but again, he also had things to replace the amino acids.
And he's not eating the Beyond Burgers and the Impossible Burgers and all the processed stuff. So the just to close that part of the story out,
Okay.
I'll say this is I want to take advice from guys like Dr. Harley, not guys that look like John.
Well,
Harley.
you know, again, I have a frat brother, and he's shout out to Badass Vegan, and he's on the opposite approach. He's in great shape. He has a long, lean, muscular body, and he's out to prove that you can do it. But again, as I said, obviously we know it can be done. It can be done, but it takes the right education. It takes the right focus on the right foods to help do that. And of course, they have to have a tremendous regimen, training program to do it. So look, it can happen, man.
It's a lot of discipline involved. I mean, whether it's eating and working out or one or the other or both, you got to have discipline or else it ain't going to fly.
It ain't going to happen either way. So let me fix this so we don't get that sound. Technical difficulties. All right, here we go. No, seriously. So anyway, but that's what it is. So obviously we know it can be done. It's in our world where we're more very social and we like to go out and about. We're the brunch generation and all this other kind of cool stuff. You have so many bad options at your hand. And I think the biggest issue beyond that is we are still of the supersized generation, man. Again, our portion sizes, when you travel out of this country, anywhere but the Caribbean, because the Caribbean feeds you a hell of food. But you go anywhere else in this world, and there's so many places, but the portions are just beautiful. You think, oh man, I'm not going to be full. You are full because the food is satiating. You realize that they give us too much food. We want too much food here. We eat too much. Our portions are too large. Even if you're eating the right thing, having too much of the right thing is no good. So I think portion control is our biggest issue, and understanding that giving the body a chance to heal itself through natural fasting, through at least intermittent fasting, general periods of fasting, a vegan can be healthy, again, with the right nutritional breakdown, along with the right training program and the right fasting protocols. They can absolutely be healthy.
Well, before we close
I
it
just
out
choose
on,
not to do that.
Before we close it out on this and
Give it up.
tell the third story,
Let's give it.
Let's focus on the good health stuff.
Okay.
Lou Chiera, still on keto, kicking butt and taking names.
Yes.
Because of the the twin carnivore challenge. Ed Colo, still kicking butt on keto / carnivore and kicking butt and taking names.
Keto carnivore.
Your boy Rob, I don't know his last
Rob
name.
Robinson.
Rob Robinson.
Chris, man, doing amazing. He actually, every time I see him, it's amazing. His whole body has changed. I told him Saturday, I'm like, you went backwards in age like 10 years, just getting rid of that body. And again, Mo as well. Mo has lost, I want to say like 40 something pounds as well. So both of those guys have done tremendous. See them at the meetings, man. It's amazing work.
Yeah,
hey, all that goes to show you is that whatever program you choose and you stick to, it works.
And then last but not least, Clint Peacock.
Yes.
My boy, he's got amazing results. He's got to buy new clothes already.
I love it.
And his results have been so good that he's got his wife trying it now.
Hey, man, that's all it takes. You are your best advertisement.
So if Dr. Harley Bofshever and Ilan Lewinger are watching this, you have created a domino effect by inspiring me to go on Carnivore, and all these other people that we've got still on it, and there's about 20 more that we didn't mention, are kicking butt and taking names.
It's amazing, and so I do want to give everybody a shout out. This and that was a 30-day challenge, and we still are going. It's in May. We're in May, and so they're still going. And I appreciate all of the input, all of the pictures, and everybody that's staying dedicated and focused. Appreciate your efforts and your energies, man. But what an amazing thing. Yeah. And again, it's working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
We're doing good stuff.
And so we're doing good things. And so, hey, man, Podcast Twins, once again, we can be proud of ourselves for that, by starting a good thing.
Changing lives for the better.
And we just having a little celebratory toast in that process.
It's a beautiful thing. So here we go. Third story.
Third story. Let's go.
Again, names are going to be changed to protect the guilty because I'm not looking to put this girl out of business or anything.
No.
Let's just call her Sarah, I guess.
Sarah. Go ahead.
I was introduced to Sarah a couple years ago before we even had started, or maybe right after we had started Podcast Twins.
Okay.
And I had the On Par podcast at the time still, maybe 80, 90 episodes on there. And she's a podcast coach for growth.
Okay.
And she has been kind of following up with me every so often for the last 6-8 months. And I finally decide, you know what, I'm going to respond to this girl because we've grown up, like you said. Right. And maybe she's got some good stuff to say.
Right. We don't turn anybody down. Go.
And she may be good at what she does, but I would not give her points for sales.
Okay.
So she basically said, like, let me run you through a demo of my website and how it works and how we help you grow. And I said, I think we might be ready to work with you. What do you think about my podcast? What episode is your favorite? Because I wanted to see if she even knew.
No. I can tell you that.
So she didn't answer for a few days, and then she finally did, and she gave me this really long text, but she didn't answer my question. So I chose violence on Friday morning.
Okay.
And I wrote back what she perceived to be an aggressive text, but I also wanted to give her the look. This is what I'm looking for to do business. I said, tell me about how you can grow my specific podcast. And by the way, we've got a few sponsors. We've got some product placement going on. We've got some affiliate arrangements. My podcast is making money. I said, our podcast is making money.
Right.
So, if you can get me some sponsors, I'd be happy to talk to you about an arrangement where you get us some sponsors.
Right.
And, she's a podcast coach and she handles growth. So I figured
we do percentages.
And I got back, I don't get sponsors, but I can show you how my platform can help you with it. And I said, okay, well, you still haven't really addressed my question of what episodes do you like? Like, what do you like about the podcast? And then a week goes by and I write again and it's like, look, here's how you can get my business. Tell me what you can do for me. Tell me how much it costs. Tell me what the return on investment is. And she took that as go F yourself, I guess, because I got a really long email about how aggressive I was being.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I just gave you everything you need to get my business.
Right.
So I don't understand what's going on at this point. And that's kind of where it ended.
No, man, that's very simple. The reason I jumped up and immediately said no is because she just found everybody who had podcast in their name and she sent them an email, hey, I'm a coach, this, that, and other. I guarantee you, if you go back inside of her profile, she has nothing on her page with 5,000 followers.
She has 100 subscribers on YouTube.
So therefore, that's not the coach that we're going to need in our lives, and I guarantee you that. Listen, it's a real simple mathematic equation. Most people want to fake it until they make it. When you get that fake it till you make it mentality, I'm not hating on you about it, but your experience, because I guarantee you she didn't go and become an apprentice anywhere and learn under this. No, because this is the YouTube generation. You just jump on there and become successful tomorrow. And so she jumped out there and said, well, I don't want to be a content creator, but I'll coach them. All she did is looked up on AI and took some of the tools that they said to use, and she decided to try to sell it to you. Not trying to personalize it to you, because she never answered one time what was her favorite episode. She don't even know what the show is about or any other topic that we've ever discussed, because she's never hit play, and she damn sure didn't subscribe. So, with these things being the case, look, I ain't hating on nobody for trying to create a hustle, man. A hustle is a hustle, but you can't bullshit a bullshitter. She didn't know she was talking to the king of sales.
Well, I even said to her, look, all I've ever done my whole career is sales. I'm the easiest guy to sell, theoretically, right? Because they tell you if you're in sales, you're the easiest guy to sell to.
Sell me this pen.
Right, exactly. Sell me this widget.
Come on, man.
No, I mean, and I just thought you would find it
I do.
Amusing,
But again, the unwillingness of people to go and educate themselves in that field, that's like somebody getting hired on the fire department next week and saying, you know what? I can train you on how to be a chief. You got a week's worth of experience on the job, but yet you want to tell somebody that you can teach them how to be a chief. You know, again, I get it. Your mommy and your daddy was very coddling. You can do whatever you want. You can be president if you want. You can do whatever you want. They told you can do whatever you want. That's what they told you growing up. Your sorry ass believed it and just decided, yeah, I don't want to take the steps to get to this place. I'm just going to jump right there, give myself a title, and hope some of these suckers pay me to do their work for them. Well, to tell AI to do their work for them.
I love this guy. Just let him cook. I'm just gonna wind him
I
up
mean,
and
really,
let him cook.
because I'm sick of it because it happens so much. Hey man, listen, man. Back in the day when I was physically back when personal trainers used to actually have to go in the gym, I was one of those in the gym personal trainer guys. And and at that point I was, I was there. I was all in there. Had the lumps and bumps, everything rocking. And we had this guy come in there and he looked like a 42-year-old father of 5 that life had whipped his ass. And they kept talking about how smart this guy was in nutrition. And I was like, wow. I said, well, and I just had a conversation with him. And sure enough, man, he could write out all these programs and do bodybuilding shows and all of that stuff. And I'm like, man, but I'm sure your business is suffering because no one believes you because you don't look like you know how to take your own advice. So, and that's a real, even though we talked about discipline and being able to stick with a program that works, it's very difficult. But if you want to be the professional guru on something, damn it, you better show me that you know it works because you've tried it, you've done it. Show me some evidence. At least, it's not like a retired baseball player that's been retired for 40 years. All right, I'm gonna give him, he got that, but hey, we can go back and pull him up and see what he did. What do you have as an in-gym personal trainer with all this knowledge, but you can't do it for yourself? So even with my Team Bell training page, I tell them it's for former athletes, for grown people to get off the couch.
Right.
I'm not telling you that I'm here already. I just do things to help motivate other people my age, younger or older, to get their ass up off the couch.
This is where I'm going. Come on
and get something. Ride with me. And that's the motivation that we got to have going forward. So that girl and others like them, far as I'm concerned, they can kiss my ass, and I hope her business fails until she decides to go out there and really learn how to do it. And again, is it a bad wish on her? Almost, yes, because you know what? You don't really deserve it because you didn't even have the common courtesy to look up information that a client was giving you the clues. So that'll be one of those things that's going to open and close. She'll be in real estate school next week.
Oh man, I don't even know how to follow that up.
Yeah,
that was a great soliloquy.
Yeah,
man.
Because because her mommy and daddy told her she could be whatever she wanted to be.
So
whatever you want to be, we're going to support you all the way.
So last question: when we publish this episode, do I text it to her?
Sure. Hell yeah. I got no issue with that. Let her come in the comments and say something nasty. It doesn't matter because again, we had this
says come get some. Let's go.
But the real deal is think about our first 2 weeks or so when you came up with the statistic about how many podcasts don't make 5 episodes. Then it was 10 episodes.
20.
And then it was 20. So we made a determination on our 3rd episode that we were going to do 20 no matter what.
No matter what.
Good, bad, or indifferent.
And we did.
And here we are almost a year and a half
almost
later.
at 80.
Come on, man. Look, it's about what you do, what you dedicate to, what you're willing to learn. Have we learned a lot? Hell yeah, we've learned a lot. Have we made some mistakes? Hell yeah, we've made 100%. Some mistakes. We've lost money opportunities. Hell yeah, because we were in the learning phase. But we didn't try to walk into the game pretending like we knew every damn thing.
But on a bright note, we are over halfway.
That was bright.
We are over halfway, judging by subscribers, to being in the top 2% of all podcasts out of 138 million on YouTube.
138 million. That is amazing statistic, and again, that's credit to all of our fans and our
Hell yeah.
listeners that are continuing to hit that subscribe button and sharing this stuff. And you're still texting me more than you're writing it into the comments, but that's okay. I'll take it. But no, seriously, I mean, it was we made the decision to not buy bots. We made the decision to grow this thing organically, and in my opinion, man, it was so much. It feels so much better because we did it organically, because we didn't cut corners.
Mhm.
Everything was done naturally, organically. The growth happened. Look, we had some episodes that flopped, but we also had some episodes that took off like rocket ships.
Yeah, for sure.
Some of the episodes we thought would take off like rocket ships had 40 views.
And
And
then
some of
one
the
that
ones
I
we-
thought was
yeah.
terrible was one of our most watched.
You know, 6,000-7,000 views on
no,
some of
over
these things.
10.
Over 10. So again, we don't know the rhyme or the rhythm or the algorithm, but we're learning it because we're consistent. We keep bringing you content every week. You know, hey, listen, some of the behind the scenes crap, you don't want to know how that conversation goes. It's not always pretty, but guess what? Every week you get stuff that you can watch and you can share with your friends. So, you know, for that's kind of why we're here, kind of doing a mini, it's almost a mini celebration situation.
Absolutely.
He wanted to come up and tell some stories, and so we out here in the relaxed environment. Sound like the neighbor quit cutting his grass, and I'm appreciative of that.
Got the birds
Got
chirping.
the birds chirping,
it's
man.
beautiful.
Hey, man, this is a wonderful thing. I'm out here grounding, man. I got my feet in the grass. Listen, this is a beautiful thing, man. And so, look, I'm just very happy at the growth that we're having, brother. I mean,
Yeah.
we are doing something off of a chance meeting, and here we are, 5,000 subscribers later, man. It's
Was it
incredible.
really a chance meeting?
No.
I feel like if we asked Ed Colo, he would call it a God incidence.
Okay.
That's what he would say.
Whatever they want to call
If
it.
he was here, that's what he would say.
You know, as they said in my movie, that was divine intervention. That's Pulp Fiction.
All right.
You know, whatever happens, man.
You think God stopped the bullets?
Yeah. You know, so hey, whatever happens, man, we're here today, and we're here rocking and rolling, man. We got such great content. We got great subscribers. We got people that follow. And since you're doing that, go ahead and don't forget to pick up our Facebook content, because we're growing over there too. We're working on this TikTok thing. We're getting everywhere.
And let's just close it out by saying thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing it. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for supporting us, because we're out here having fun, and we appreciate you.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes I get them cranked up, sometimes they get me cranked up, but you know, but the cranking is all in good content fun, because sometimes a vegan needs to hear it, or sometimes a fake carnivore needs to hear it. You know, because again, ain't no way you're doing straight carnivore and you're getting fat.
No.
That's not, you're not doing something, you're not doing right, or you're lying about something.
I mean, or you're drinking beer every day.
Or
20 beers every day.
Right, you're going crazy. So again, the protocol is the protocol. And again, we just want everybody to be honest with themselves, because I'm honest with me. That's why I tell everybody I'm 85, 15
Well, you're more
all
than
day.
85 right now, right?
Oh, right now I'm deep right now.
Like 95.
Yeah, I'm probably
almost,
90,
probably.
95 in there
Yeah.
right now. I'm deep. Because again, coming off of the sickness, I had to kind of go all the way in. I'm kind of doing OMAD, doing one meal a day, one physical meal, along with the Purine products,
shakes,
you know,
yep.
shakes. And so I'm doing that. And so I'm hanging in strong with that. So far, so good, man. I feel good because I have to go in harder so I can get myself back into a solid momentum. I'm not traveling for the next few months. So this is a great opportunity for me to make a solid transformation and feel good, feel strong. You know, I did some things yesterday in the gym that some of the guys 10, 15 years younger was just like in amazement. And I'm like, guys, y'all should have seen me last year, you know? You know, so no, man, look, you know, muscle memory's there. Once it's there, you just got to build it back up where you can be strong. And again, women, I encourage all of my women, especially 35, 40 and up, please don't run away from the weights. Please get in there and strength train and tax the muscle. As one of my favorite doctors online say, get away from the pink pamby-wamby weights. Let's go ahead and stretch the muscles out. Your hormones will thank you. Your body will thank you. That dress you want to wear will thank you. So with that being said,
Podcast twins are out.
peace.